This is Glazed Divers, the unfiltered truth. I am here with Keej, and I'm here with Loopy Lewis. Today, guys, we're going to talk about a few things with Helldivers and potentially even branch into talking about Arc Raiders. So I suppose the first thing we've got on our agenda is content. What do we think about this? Lewis, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. All right, guys, for everyone listening. For me, it's more on the lines of it just doesn't have any, and it's been the same sort of loop for the last almost 2 years because they prioritise story and their own vision over basically player fun and feedback. Like, it's more of, we don't want to add these missions or bring them back because they don't feel special, but when are you going to bring them back? Because it's not part of the story anymore. So why don't you just come out and say it was a limited time mission? For me, that's just, there's no place in 2025 for limited time missions. Like, they've only just recently added Into the Unjust again, and we went on it and it just didn't hit the same as if it had constantly been there. We'd have got used to the content, how it plays, where now it just feels like a cheap, or they're kicking off because it's been removed, quickly add it again. You know what I mean? The content's so dry to the point where...
It definitely felt like a knee-jerk reaction to put...
Yeah, exactly, yeah, like a Band-Aid.
What was the planet called? Because it was Oceania. Obviously, we liberated that. But then what's this new planet called?
Omicron, weren't it now?
That's it. Yeah, Omicron.
I remembered.
Omicron or Omnicron, whatever it is, yeah. And it did feel like a knee-jerk reaction, like you say. Like, as soon as we liberated Oceania, we never saw those missions again, and then suddenly they've gone, well, hold on, you've moved over to Mox, what's going on? Where's all this new content that you promised us?
Yeah, and it's the same with the lava planets as well. Yeah. Like, they've added the lava planets. They were super cool when they first dropped, but they've been in the game maybe a week and they're already boring. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the same 3 missions, and it's even when you look at it from a bigger picture, them missions, they literally say when the first MO dropped, like, they're gonna be timed. They're not going to be around forever, these missions. So what's the plan? Once this MO finishes, the lava planets won't be accessible. The missions that are actually pretty enjoyable because they're a different variant of the already same missions, we're never going to play them again. So again, it's timed content. It just doesn't work anymore. It was good for the first couple of months the game was out, but it just doesn't work now.
Their story's not engaging enough. There's not, like, they make out as if, like, oh, we need to prioritize the story, but there isn't a story. We know what the story is. We're in a galactic war with robots, aliens, and bugs. You know what I mean? That's the story. They can give us other things going, oh, look, you can do this or this. I know it's... But if you look at Baldur's Gate, for example, I know it's a completely different game, but an option actually means something there. You do something in Helldivers, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. We've had times when, like, save the kids or whatever, we chose to save the kids, and then there was a benefit out of it. The kids actually got, the children's hospital actually got something out of it. That was exciting. But they've done nothing like that since. And this is the story that I'd be invested in. I couldn't give a shit about what planets we've lost and what we've liberated and got back, because we're going to lose them again anyway. It's just a never-ending cycle.
That's the thing. It's like, there could be a really good MO, and like the story within that MO is really cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the moment, it's just like, oh, if we take these planets, we can build an invisible city that we're never going to see, we're never going to set foot on. So it's, in my head, it doesn't actually exist because it's just an icon on a map. Where back when they first launched, every now and then you had an MO and you unlocked something from it, so it felt like you actually taking part within that MO. Yeah, and now there's just not. Now it's just fake words on the screen, and you just don't care. I don't even read the MOs anymore. I literally don't. I just click X to get it off screen and drop where I want to drop.
Do you remember about a year ago? It may be even longer, but when we had the 2 mine options and we were doing everything we could to not get one type of mines. I think it was the anti-tank mines, and we were doing everything we could.
It was the gas mines. The gas mines nobody wanted because that's when gas was broken. It just didn't work, so everyone was like, I don't want to go for the gas mines because they'll be rubbish, and they were rubbish when they give them us for free, so everyone stayed away from the gas mines to the point where they had to just give them us. Because the 4 MOs or 5 MOs to unlock them, we just failed on purpose because nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted them. That should have screamed to them. They're just not caring about our story. They just don't care because the story's it's just so stretched out and long-winded. Like the glue's still here.
Yeah, it's not the story. Well, for me anyway, the story isn't engaging enough. I think you said that, Keej, earlier. It's just not an engaging story at all. And I think
it's just not a story. Yeah,
I feel like they're almost got like ADHD. They don't know what to do. They go, "Oh, we'll focus over here a little bit, and then we'll focus over here." For me, they just go, "Let's pick a storyline and run with it." And then later on, they'll go, "Okay, there's another storyline. Let's run with that." That for me would be a better way of doing it, rather than doing a little bit over here and a little bit over here. Like, something shiny. Something shiny.
We have like we said, we have events now. So we have an event, and that's when we'll enjoy it. Like for me, the peak of this game is Meridia. For me, when we had the dark fluid, that whole mission thing, that was amazing. That was so engaging. That was a story. But then we won that. Planet blew up. And I just feel like I've never loved it as much since.
Fair enough. It's fair play.
Yeah, it's because when you think about that and you think of, say, the first 6 to 8 months of the game, the content was tied to the story and the story was tied to the content. Where now the content's separate from the story doesn't offer anything content-wise, so players are not really bothered where the story goes and how it goes because there's no reward from it. Like you said, you can take 2 planets at middle at night, you go to bed, you wake up, and they've taken 3 planets, including 2 of the ones you've already just fought for a week for. So that whole week's MO was fucking pointless.
I think you've definitely said this before, but new weapons is not new content.
No, it's not. And a war bond isn't new content. Content to me in 2025, and as bad as this sounds, Fortnite updates or what content is. Every time content drops, there is something that changes the way the game is played or how you play the game. A Warbond doesn't. Because I've got a Gatling gun that makes the game the way I play the game. No, it doesn't.
It does it
isn't.
Occasionally, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable for a
short
period of time.
Exactly. A Warbond's good for 2 days, and it's like, and think of all the hardcore players. You bash that for a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did most of the Warbond within a day because I've got 250 medals that are stacked. You know what I mean? They never go down. And that's kind of what goes into like the quality of life part of the game, where they've got all these options to improve the game that then in turn would improve the content. But they just don't because it's this. We spoke about this the other day, didn't we, Pardo? Arrowhead have the ego of Rockstar Games, but they have the delivery of Ubisoft. They need to change this philosophy they've got where they're bigger than what they are and they're smarter than they are because they're not. And it's not knocking the studio. When they cook, they cook. You know what I mean? Like, if Into the Unjust worked, it would have been phenomenal because it was when it dropped. Yeah. Going into the caves for the first time and this new bug strain coming out of the ground, and it completely changed the way you had to fight. It threw me off for about 3 days. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
and I've got over 2,000 hours. I've fought every sort of bug. I can do every piece of content solo, and I was just lost because it threw a spanner in the works. But then after a couple of days, you saw the cracks coming, and it was sound issues, performance issues, stuff weren't working, players weren't happy, and then it was like, so what we'll do is we won't communicate for about 3 weeks, even though there's major issues, and then we'll throw out an apology like they normally do. And then instead of maybe dropping a fix every week, we'll just build up to a month-long big patch. And it's like, that's just going to cause more issues. That causes more issues than if you just did little ones here and there. Right? Maybe week 1 will fix the sound issues. Week 2 will fix the stuttering issues. Week 3 will fix the performance issues. And then week 4, we'll, instead of going, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's all fine. 9 times out of 10 when they do the big patches, it breaks something else.
It does.
Every time.
Where
if you do a week one or maybe a 2-week one, you can address the issue straight away instead of it becoming a bigger... It's like sticking a plaster on a stab wound. You're just going to eventually bleed out again. It's only going to help you for 10 seconds. But they don't see that because in their head, they're like, all that matters is story and people online telling us how great the game is. We're not going to take the feedback from the people who've played it the longest and love it the most. We're going to take it from these people who just basically suck toes all day long because they think it's the greatest thing on earth. And gameplay-wise, it's unmatched.
Yeah, you think you're
But
right.
that's the only thing it
yeah.
has going for it now. That's its only strength is gameplay. Everything else, it is so lackluster. It's terrible.
They even limit the gameplay. For example, like the collecting samples. I loved collecting samples. Now there's just no need for me to do it.
No.
Like I have no desire to pick up samples. But if they gave me, do you know, every so often they'll have an MO where it's like pick up this many samples. It's like great, I'd love to do that. It gives me a reason to do something on the mission because at the moment I don't have a reason to do anything because I've done everything.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of strayed into our next talking point really, which was the easy quality of life that it's needed. So stuff like stuff to do with samples. When was the last time we actually, other than the DSS, which a lot of people just don't seem to donate to?
I don't donate anything to it. I did the first month. That were it.
I have probably in the last week done it, and before that was months ago. I mean months. And months
I don't do it. I don't see point.
So
and then people can listen to this and go, well, that's why you stacked up on samples. No, it's because I don't see any benefit. I don't see a benefit from it because by the time the samples are added up, it's at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not online to get the benefit of the Eagle Strike. So by the time I get on, it's gone and passed anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the point? Yeah, what's the point in me donating samples to not see any benefit at all?
Fair, when you do, you end up, remember what it used to be like. I know they've worked on it now, but you'd spend all your samples to get it, and then you get blown up by a 380.
Yeah.
Control over.
That was awful.
Oh, you get killed off the Eagle Strike.
Even now, the strafing run will still take you out.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. Quite.
So it's like I'm paying these samples that I've put effort into collecting. Kill myself.
Get killed straight away. Yeah.
Where I think an easy option would be, like, I know they've said it numerous times, like a transmog, right? But I agree with if you want to keep it because it's grounded, like an armor has to look like a medic armor because the perk on it will be medic related, right? That's fine. Why don't you just add a recolor or a shader, kind of like Destiny, right? Where, for example, on the stock Helldiver armor, you have blue, yellow, green, and red, and you use rare samples for them. And then you have a platinum and a gold camo, and you use your super samples for them. But make it so it's to get a fully gold, like trimmed armor of the stock Helldiver armor costs 100 super samples. So it's an actual investment because then you think, oh well, I want a gold armor for my medic one, but I'm now gonna have to go out and farm another 100. Or maybe why not they just add extra camos for weapons instead of Arctic, woodland, yellow, and black? Where's the red? Where's the blue? Where's the green?
Absolutely.
Like, obviously, stay away from the pink and that because it just kills the vibe and the setting. But there's nothing wrong with red because you already wrecked med armor. There's nothing wrong with blue because you met blue armor. There's nothing wrong with green because you have green armor. So why not just add a shader? Why not have something like trinkets on the ship? Like you kill a charger and you can buy a charger skull for samples and have it displayed on your ship inside the hull. Do you know what I mean? And it's not even hard. It's not game breaking. It's not going to break anything within the game. It's just something else for players to invest in.
Yeah.
Because the progression on the game's non-existent because the quality of live updates are not there.
But I going back to a point that you made earlier as well, to do with like updates, like doing weekly updates should be what they're aiming for. Even if it's one thing, even if it's one little bug, we fixed this bug this week, guys. Brilliant. But what they do is they collate these over about 6 or 8 weeks, and then they bring out one big patch. But what's happened is those fixes in inverted commas interact with one another and then break something else, and you're like, Jesus, guys, come on.
They start to pile up, don't they?
Are you even testing these? Like,
they say that's the thing. They say they test it as well, but I'm just so convinced they don't.
Well, that's what you have the commanders for, isn't it? That's what they should use the propaganda commanders for. Like, let them test the
but
content.
They also hate them as well, don't they?
I know, which is because it goes back to the ego and the pride. They think they are Rockstar and they're not.
Cloud has already said. Cloud Plays has already said that him and the propaganda commanders tested the lava planets, the lava biomes, a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, something like that, and every single bit of feedback they gave to Arrowhead, completely ignored.
Claire said it numerous times as well. Like, I think it was the the Force of Law warbond. Like when that came out, I think that was one of the worst warbonds that ever dropped.
Which one's
And
in
I
the
think
Force of? Which one's the Force
It
of
was
War?
like the police one,
Judge
the
Dredd.
RoboCop one,
Yeah,
weren't it?
you got the Judge Dredd
yeah,
armor
yeah.
and
So I
the
bought the
art dog and
warrant
stuff.
pistol that was in the store.
Yeah.
Everything else was pants. And they said they tested it a couple of months before it came out, and they give feedback on like this needs fixing, that isn't good enough. And when it came out, it was completely untouched. It was the exact same build as what they played months ago. So
Yeah.
why have you got people to give feedback and then you don't take it?
And then don't take it.
Because again, we know we're right, you're wrong. Okay. Even though we watch your developers struggle on level 3s. Okay. Yeah, we know what's right, you're wrong.
We'll come on to the live streams later because that was poor, but we'll come on to the live streams later, man.
It's so they can probably say that they've listened to feedback.
But they haven't though.
But no. They've listened. They just have not actioned.
Oh yeah, okay. We listened to your feedback, but we did nothing about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Arrowhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little things like that, like adding shaders to armor sets and doing little bug fixes regularly, just doing little patches here and there, rather than one big bang patch is much better. Now, there might be things in the background that are stopping them from doing that, and that kind of leads nicely onto the next thing, which is the unbelievably shite communication from them. Like, their communication is absolutely dog shit. And then then their answer to it is to do a video talking to, was it Miguel? I can't remember what his name is. And they could have asked hard hitting questions in that interview, and instead they asked, "What's your loadout? How do you play the game? During a crisis? Are you kidding me? Really?
What do you eat at Taco Bell?
What do you eat at Taco Bell?
What's your favourite Taco Bell?
I'm looking forward to
your
going to the
player base has
United
dropped by
States.
80%, and you're talking about Taco Bell.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
ridiculous.
Because again, they favour the people that stroke their ego, because that's what egotistical people do and studios do. They prefer the stroke than the hard hitting. This isn't right, and that needs updating. And I think you've missed the point on that, and that doesn't work because they don't like that. They don't like being told they're wrong. I don't know if that's maybe a Swedish thing, but then you look at Embark and it's completely opposite. So it can't be a Swedish thing.
Yeah,
because then boys take criticism and go, right, okay, we'll have a look into it. Like the amount of people that said you need to fix these glitches ASAP, or this weapon needs nerfing, because if majority of people are, they instantly went, right, okay, we're looking into it, boom, next patch drops, boom, right, okay, we've done it.
I do believe,
you know what I mean?
Your prices are too expensive, Embark. I don't want to pay this much for an outfit. It's like, okay, here's a refund, and everything in the store's now cheaper.
Done.
Yeah.
So
again, it can't be a Swedish thing, can it? It's generally down to studio philosophy.
They did that in a week, didn't they? Was that a week after they started?
A week.
It was literally one week, and they were like, "Yeah, done. Okay, jump done."
Sorry about
that. Yeah, done. So that they took that feedback on board and actioned
our
it
apologies.
straight away.
Our apologies.
Our
Sorry
apologies.
about that.
Yeah. But then Arrowhead come along and they go, yeah. I tell you what we'll do. We'll introduce this tech blog. That sounds wicked. We want weekly updates. Even if it's just to say, guys, there's nothing really to talk about this week, or do you know what? For this week, we only managed to fix this thing, but that's all we're after. Just little updates, just little things like that.
And it was like it was like when the performance issues was going on. I remember being on Discord before I got banned. Like I got banned because when the performance and the crashes were happening, I put, if I performed like this in my job, I would be fired. Why is no one being held accountable at Arrowhead? And I was banned for it, right? Because they're soft, and it's a factual statement. If any of us performed like they did in our job, you would be fired.
I would be fired, right? Absolutely.
And their version of fixing comms was, let's run a month-long drawing competition on Discord, right? This is when the game was when the game was on fire, right? Which annoyed me even more. So the major issue I think that we've all had has been communication. As long as we know we don't want a roadmap. Helldivers is special because of the surprises, like you said, Keej, when the Meridia popped up and then you loaded in a map and 60,000 shriekers just bombed on you. It was unreal. It was unreal, right? So the roadmap part is, I'd rather keep it a secret. I don't want to know what content's coming, but I'd rather know what you are working on. Like, we're currently working on content, or there's no patch this week because we're currently fixing this sort of stuff. Right, cool. So then when everyone moaned about communication, I remember it was when this Warbond dropped, and it dropped on the Tuesday instead of the Thursday, right? And then on Wednesday, they dropped a patch video. And we was all kind of basically saying, why would you drop a patch video a day after the patch has come out? And half the people in the comments were like, oh, you were mourning that there weren't communication. We're not mourning there's no communication. It's like a film releasing at the cinemas, the day later releasing the launch trailer. It's pointless. Everyone's already played the game and seen the patch, right? So releasing the video after it. So again, they can't even get the communication right. And then on the Thursday, was it, or the Friday, they did the live stream, like you said, and they took no questions about what was needed to be answered. So it's not communication, it's deflection. That's basically what it is. It's just deflection. It's look, we are communicating, but we're not actually going to communicate. We're just going to make it look like we are communicating. And then they've gone back to how it was before. They're just not communicating again.
Cloud plays.
Yeah, you're like Arrowhead.
Go on, Keith, sorry. Go on.
Yeah, you're like, Arrowhead, you're going to communicate now. They're like, yeah, we're going to communicate. You're like, oh, great. So what's happening next?
Silence.
Arrowhead?
Hello, are you there? Cloudplay started streaming their stream and got bored after probably about an hour and turned it off. But during that stream, he asked four times he asked them the question of, what are you doing about hard locking? Where are we at with hard locking? What's the progress on it? 4 times, Baskinator completely ignored and ended up talking about some shit. Like I said, we've already joked about how they started talking about fucking Taco Bell, and it's like, guys, answer the fucking hard-hitting questions, will you? Answer the difficult questions, even if it is...
That's the point of these things.
That's a great question. We don't have the answer right now, but what we will do is go and look up that answer, and we'll post something in the Discord, or we'll put something on the tech blog for you. How many entries are in that tech blog? 4? 3? 4?
Yeah, and it's like if anyone goes back and goes on YouTube, you can go back to I think it was a Bungie live stream just before, it might have been just before the final shape dropped, right? And they might not be players here that don't play Destiny. I was hardcore Destiny 1, played Destiny 2. Destiny 2 halfway through its life, I just went back for the updates, basically the content drops, right, to continue the story because I love the lore and the story. And the game was in such a bad way where, like, the player base had dwindled down. People were still moaning about, like, basically the game had gone full microtransactions and it was all stemmed in, like, the shop, right? They did a live stream and their chat was the most toxic thing I've ever seen on the internet. And guess what their developers did on that live stream? Answered all the horrible questions. Every time you could see it on their faces how scared and horrific. I can't even say the word. I'm getting that angry. Yeah, at the questions they had to answer, but they knew it's the best possible way. Instead of just dodging the question and then after the video, people just commenting on the Twitter page like, "Oh, you didn't even answer any of the questions." Just go at it full force. Yeah. Because then people know you're being truthful and you care about your project. You care about what we're asking and. We're not here to moan about. We want the game to succeed because we enjoy the game. Like I've said before, gameplay on this game is king. It's unrivaled. There isn't another co-op game like it when it comes to gameplay. But when we're trying to improve the game, don't just push and look past it and go, "Oh, we'll ignore that question because it's a really tough question." And don't fall behind there's a lot of red tape. We can't really answer that question. Bullshit. You're now $1 billion games company, mate. You can answer what you want without Sony coming in and being naughty daddy. Because at the end of the day, it's all about money and keeping players engaged. There's no point this game now becoming an event-based game, which it already is. Because eventually it's going to get to a place where the player base is going to be 20,000. Also, they're happy with just 20,000 people. Well, to me, it screams that they are. Because as long as them 20,000 people are yes men, they don't really need to communicate, do they? Because of them, yes men will always be like, "Oh, it's fine, everything's fine." Like a house on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a sad statement if it is true, right? That's a really sad statement if that is true.
Yeah, I know.
Where they just go, "Do you know what? We've got 25k. Don't care about the rest. Screw you."
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of like answering any questions, they'll just tell us we're going to shit our pants. It's like, oh,
yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
And again, it like the Game Awards, like I stayed up for it, man, right? And numerous people were like, they're not going to drop nothing, right? Because the Killzone trailer dropped, right? But again, so that's a re-release of content from last year that they're classing as content.
That's not fresh content.
Right,
It's
and in that live stream, live stream we talked about, they said, "Don't worry, the year's not over." So you're telling me when you said you just meant the Kill Zones being re-released? To me, the Game Awards was the perfect time for, even if the content isn't exactly ready to go, drop a teaser trailer so people know, like, maybe we're not getting anything in December, but we are in January. Well, they go on holiday in like next week. After next week's over, they go on holiday till mid-January. So that means we're going to have nothing over December. We're going to have nothing over January. It'll probably be February before we get summer. Yeah. So basically, you've alienated your player base in the worst possible time frame of the year, because Christmas comes, people are getting new games. They're going to put your game down. They're probably not going to come back for the events because they're going to be hooked on new games. So then you're stuck there with, like you said, that low player count that they seem to be happy with. Where what CEO or game developer doesn't want their games to be reaching heights? I thought Arc Raiders would have dropped its player count. It's still hitting 300,000 people on PC every day.
Yeah.
Because they're on it. They know that they've got it now. They in their head, they're like, the more players we have, it means it's more money for us. So let's keep more people happy, and therefore the game thrives.
Absolutely.
Where, like you said, Arrowhead's philosophy seems to be, no, as long as we've got a small enough player count, and it's a good enough player count, we're happy with it. So if we have to delay content to fix, well, you shouldn't have to get into that stage, should you really? You should have got onto the fixes ASAP so you didn't have to delay content.
You said something earlier, actually, that was an interesting
Content's
point.
Been made for months in advance, in it. There's no way they're just making content now to drop now. That content that we get next would have been made 8 months ago. And they're already making the content for after that, So this delay on content, I don't say how it's pushed content back. Who've they got over there working on content? 3 people?
Probably. Now, you made an interesting point earlier, which was where you said about them alienating their player base. And one of the things that they made a point of making when they did a patch that was, when they, do you remember it might have been the big patch that they did when they had that big gap where there was a load of shit and they were saying, we're working on it. And then they dropped a video to say, we've updated these weapons, this weapon, that. The ARs had a big overhaul, do you remember? And one of the things, they made a point of going, where's the coyote? We've not touched the coyote. But then they decide to shadow nerf fire. So, no, they didn't touch the coyote directly, but the best part of the weapon, i.e. the fire part of the weapon, you then suddenly nerf. Like... Yeah. Is that how you want to do it? You want to alienate your player base by taking the piss out of them? Is that really the way to go? Really?
Brainwashing the player base, like I said, because people thought that was acceptable. And I did at first. I was like, they haven't nerfed the coyote, mate. And then once people dug far enough in, and it's like they've nerfed fire, the main aspect of that weapon, that was good. Yeah. So you just come out and say, it was used too much, we had to nerf it a little. Right, sound, you know what I mean, would cry for a day, and then would move
you'd
on.
Be like, that's annoying.
I don't see why they go, why do they care that a weapon is being used too much? Please tell me.
Because it doesn't fit in their story, does it? It doesn't fit in their story and their vision.
You fucking released a weapon that was a really good weapon. Why touch it? Like when they did it with the incendiary...
Breaker incendiary.
The breaker incendiary, right?
No weapons should ever get nerfed in a PvE game, ever. Unless, like you said, it's a pistol that can take a Biotitan out in a shot. Something as stupid as that, where it's broken. It's not overpowered, it's broken.
It's broken,
I understood the ultimatum being nerfed. I understood that. The most
funniest time I've ever had in this game was railgun nerf, where you could be getting chased off 5 or 6 bios and you could turn around, charge it up, take its head off, then you'd run and you'd reload and you'd turn around and take the other one off. But the danger was if you missed one shot, you would then die. But it was still fun because I had this thing in my hand where I felt safe, but I was still in danger because if I weren't good enough to hit the shot, I was dead. But if I was good enough to hit the shot, I could kill an enemy. Where now it's like it takes 5 or 6 shots to kill a bio with a railgun. Right, let's take the fun out of that. This realism part they've got isn't real because you've got guys dropping from the sky frozen within seconds. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's the realism in that? But then let's not make a gun. There isn't. Get rid of this. There's nothing real about Helldivers in any shape or
No,
form.
of course not. No.
Just let us have fun and feel powerful. Do you know what I mean? Like, even now on level 10s, it is hectic. I like it when it's hectic.
Yeah, I do.
I like it being slaughtered because it's level 10s. It's meant to be. But at the same time, give us tools that are powerful enough to defend ourselves. I'm betting you now. I put money on it. I bet my soul on it, yeah? That Bastion tank comes, yeah? And it'll probably have 6 shots. And once one bug attacks it, it sets on fire.
Well, it's what the mechs are like.
It won't be that drastic.
Where if you go, a mech does it.
Well, a mech does it, yeah.
Will take my arm off on a fucking mech. A hunter. Yeah. Where in my head, if you're going on realism, that tank should be able to drive through a fucking charger, should be able to mork a Biotitan in a shot, and should be able to kill a fucking Hive Lord in 7 or 8 shots. If you're going on realism like they go on.
Yeah.
But realism only applies to them, not us.
To them, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very valid point.
It's sickening, man. It's sickening. Like, I'm not a developer. I don't know what's on behind the scenes when it comes to code, and it's not as simple as just adding shaders to armor. Like, a lot goes into it. I bet it does. But I promise you now, whoever's their content manager in charge of their content, I win within a week and do a better job than what they're doing. Because I know what the players want, because I've put so much hours into the game. I've watched my friends list on this game dwindle down to just 2 people. My friends list was just Helldivers. Every single person on my friends list was on Helldivers. Now nobody touches it.
Anyone's on it, yeah.
No, that screams.
I am a developer.
Screams you're doing something wrong.
I am a software developer, but I'm not a games developer, so it is different. But I've said this to you before, but I'll say it here, is I think their biggest problem is the fact that they chose a piece of shit engine. And people will probably absolutely hate the fact that I'm saying that, but put it this way. Are you telling me that the engine is good? Because if it is good, then why was it that when they had three War Striders on screen at the same time, it was crashing the game? Yet, let's take Embark, let's go to Arc Raiders again. One server can have shitloads of Arc all over the place with 30, 40 players. We don't actually know how many, but that's just a rough guess. 30, 40 players all in at the same time. And I've never had a crash like that. Not a single one. And
don't forget, at the same time all that's going on, it's generating thousands of pieces of loot simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah, all the time.
On a better engine, that requires more power and juice, because look how the maps look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The engine, no matter what they say is an issue, it's probably 50% of all the issues the game has is the engine.
They chose a poor engine, and this is complete guesswork, and but I think the reason that they chose the Stingray engine was because it was also a Swedish engine, and they wanted to support Swedish developers.
I think they've said that. I'm sure that somewhere that's what it was. They wanted other Swedish studios and to be able to use that engine and build them up at the same time. And none of them are using it.
I totally get that, but there's a reason why that engine went that they fucked that engine off. There's a reason for it. And that's why probably Embark decided, no, we're not going to do that. We'll use a decent engine and go Unreal.
Yeah.
And people actually hate Unreal, but it's probably one of the better engines out there. It really is.
And it's why they're using it for the next, whatever their next game is.
Yeah, there you go.
Arrowhead, they're hiring for Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine, yeah.
So
and I might stick up for Arrowhead here, but I think it was 2018, weren't it, when the engine discontinued?
So
I'm probably going to say Sony probably said to him, "You haven't got time to go back to a new engine and redo all this game. Like, this game needs to come out. You've already been developing it for 6 years. You know what I mean? Just think how much money Sony had pumped in for him to build it to get to that point."
Yeah, that's fair enough. But
so it's not all on Arrowhead, but at the same time, exactly at the start of the game, they should have gone through loads of different, tested them out for what their vision was, and realised from the get-go this is going to cause issues. Because hardly anyone uses it. And it's not as good as this new engine that's come out that everyone seems to be using. Like, don't get me wrong, Unreal Engine's not the best. It still has major issues. I think PC done it suffers a lot from Unreal Engine 3. But at the same time, if all these big developers are now using it,
the support's
maybe
there for
use that engine. Yeah, exactly.
The support's
updates are there for it.
Yeah, but they just don't. They just don't have that with this engine because it just went.
And I'm sure isn't Unreal Engine 5
It's Unreal.
that
I
good.
think it's on Unreal Engine 5 now. I think I'm sure of it.
That you can take a game and import it into that engine.
Don't know.
I'm sure game developers done that with their game. Like, they updated their game halfway through development and they just ported the game, changed a bit of code, did a bit of work and got it to run by just basically grabbing and placing within that engine and then fixing what needed fixing, when it obviously the errors arose. Like, but yeah, I'm with you on that. The engine is straight up pants. It's pants. It's incredible what it can handle, but I just don't think it can handle any more. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we have more than players on a map?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because everyone would just split off and do it. Right? Well, but instead of having a map with 3 different missions on it, make a large map that has one. Like you said, we spoke about this last night or the night before. Adding a giant map on it, where the objective solely is kill the Hive Lord, and you have 4 squads on there.
Yeah. Because
everything's kicking off, so you don't have to worry about going and turning a monitor and then turning a valve at this location. You're going on, your sole job to hunt that Hive Lord. So now you've got help. There's 4 squads of 4, and you've got limited stratagems. You've only got the weapons you go in with. You now need to kill that, like a hunting a high value target sort of mission.
Yeah.
Oh no, the engine can't handle that. And we tried it with more than 4 players and it didn't work. Oh yeah, that was in 2018. You know what I mean? The game's been out 2 years now. It's evolved. You haven't evolved with it. Give us what we want.
I will say though, that offhand comment from, was it Shams, about the that endless mode or whatever it was called, rogue mode. I can't remember what they called it now.
Yes.
What did they call it?
No, it was Pilstead who said it, I think.
Was it Pilstead?
Yeah,
sorry.
Pilstead, yeah.
Pilstead, sorry. Yeah, I said Pilstead. That mode, if that is true and they are genuinely working on it, that would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. I would love that. Genuinely.
Yeah, man.
For me, the best mission types in the game are the defense missions or the evacuate high assets or whatever they're called.
I really like those as well. The only problem with them is you don't get any XP from them. So like when you're trying to get like your guns upgraded or whatnot, it's no point doing those because it's just going to take forever.
Well, some of them are too easy. Right, I've been on the level 10s and fair. I've just we in fact us 3 have been on one of those and you 2 were so bored you were killing each other.
yeah, because again, you can do, like, I think it's the bot ones. If you all take rocket turrets, autocannon turrets, and a mortar, the bots never get near you, and you can just stand at the back doing nothing.
Yeah,
the squids, you just use fire and gas, and they can't do anything because it's all about speed. So if you have like Gatling guns and stuff, and the odd heavy weapon, again, they stop. They can't get past.
I don't. Teslas and rockets. That's really,
I think it can go wrong, and I've had it go wrong before. And I think it's just a look at the draw. Sometimes they just drop, just a really weird place, like maybe just too far forward where the defenses, or they've dropped on top of the defenses and destroyed them.
Yeah,
and
they dropped on top of it.
That's when if
one charger or bile gets through it, it then causes havoc because one person dies, one's running away, then a load of little bugs come in. 2 of them are attacking the generator and you don't know they are. But again, like you said, I think when they first dropped, I think the first week I said to my mate, imagine if this was endless and you could just see how many waves you could get to. But then amazing. Like just as what Keej said, why though? Because I'm going to get 300 XP for it. I've been max level for 19 months. What's the point? Like, my weapon's only going to get 800 XP and it requires 1900 to go up 1 level after level 20. Again, that goes into like the quality of life. Why don't they just add an extra 300 levels on top? And when you get to level 200, you get a cape. Level 250, you get a new cape. Level 300, you get a new cape and a set of armor.
Just something,
It's probably
just something.
They can't think of any new names for...
when you've got planets that are just named K.
Super duper private.
Super duper private. Yeah, they probably have ran out of names, and the getting to 150 doesn't actually take as long as you think either.
No,
the end game content for this game is almost non-existent, and of course,
there is none. Yeah.
The one thing there's 2 things I want to say here. One, we are not getting red stratagems. When was the last time we had a red stratagem? I believe the last red stratagem we had was Napalm Barrage.
Napalm Barrage.
Yeah, 400 plus days ago, yeah.
Which was great. Do not get me wrong. Napalm Barrage, brilliant.
Yeah, it's still god tier now. I love it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
On bots, it's one that I take on bots. On bugs every single time. Every single time.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to say, which I forgot the point, which was... Can't remember the point I was going to make. Keep going. Keep talking. I'll remember it.
Endgame.
It is endgame progression. Oh, that's it. Level 6 modules. Level 6 module. What the fuck? When did we get level 5? Because they launched with 4, if I remember. 4 levels. And then, however long after, a few months later, 6 months later, whatever, they give us level 5. Brilliant. Everyone loved it. And that goes back to your point earlier, Keej. We had something to use the samples for and to collect them for. And they were expensive. Yeah. Level 5 modules were very, very expensive. But you know what? It kept us entertained for a long time. And then once we've hit level 5 modules, where are level 6 modules? Where are level 7 modules?
Yeah, exactly.
Where is the end game content? Where is it? What could they do?
To be quite honest though, this game doesn't require end game. It requires progression that feels like end game. That's the difference. Like, I don't want an exclusive boss you can only fight after your level 150, but I would want something that once I reach that, to me, it seems like once you reach 150, the game and the developers are saying to you, there's no need for you to play it anymore. You might as well stop.
Just stop. Yeah.
Where I want a game to go, no, if you've put the hours in, here's a reward for doing that. Like, when the Hive Lord dropped, what was the XP you got for killing it? 222?
It was rubbish.
For killing the hardest enemy in the game ever. It was 200. Yeah. I get more XP for doing a level 3 mission than killing a Hive Lord.
Killing a Hive Lord. Jokes. Absolute jokes. One of the first Hive Lord kills was with you, actually, if I'm not mistaken, Lewis.
Yes, it was, and we got battered. But it felt great. It felt great, didn't it?
Yeah, so, I don't know. I just, it feels like to me that Arrowhead can build a game, but they can't keep a game.
Yeah, they can't maintain it.
Maintain. Whereas, I think, potentially, it might be the other way around with Embark. The basic of the game is very, very simple, right? It's go in.
Yeah, it still needs. That's not perfect either. That still needs fixes, but they're open to listening to ideas about what needs fixing.
Yes, exactly. They're taking the feedback, and they're actively doing things about it. I mean, look at the exploit for locked rooms. Like, instead of trying to fix the actual door, they just went, "Fuck you. We'll make it so if you get in there, everything goes on fire."
And that idea was from a player on Reddit.
Yeah.
A player on Reddit said, why don't you just add something that sets players on fire and the door's locked so they can't get out? And boom, that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did, yeah.
Because they took the impression of, Jesus Christ, our players know what they're on about here, don't they? Yeah. You know what I mean? They know, let's take that idea. Like, I'm not saying Arrowhead don't. I remember seeing months ago someone designed a flying Biotitan. Well, that became the Dragon Roach. Same with the... Maxi gun we just got. Someone designed that, and it almost looks identical to what came out.
Yeah, the backpack was bigger, if I remember. It was like a cylindrical backpack, if I remember correctly.
But they seem to steal the idea and give zero credit. Where like Embark took that idea and kind of credited the person and was like, "Yeah, don't worry, there's a real hot fix with a wink and a smiley face." And then when they asked about it, they said, "No, we saw the idea on Reddit." They were openly saying, we took the idea from a player and implemented it. Where Arrowhead's like, it's very difficult to add a Gatling gun. It took 9 months from an idea that someone drew on bloody Twitter and took them 15 minutes and basically designed that entire weapon and how it worked and then added it in and was just like, that's what players have been asking for.
Fair, mate.
Yeah.
I think it was way longer.
Shit, mate.
We
were asking for like 18 months ago.
Yeah. I don't know, I think Arrowhead can learn a lot from Embark, and I just think they need to pull the fingers out. But be honest about it.
I don't I think you said they're arrogant.
I think next year they need to. I'm hoping that there is a content drop early before we get into the March-April period, because next year is absolutely stacked with some mammoth games. But my hope would be they kind of have a fan summit where they have a big stream that's a couple of hours long and it's an open floor to discuss the topics that they probably
matter.
don't want to discuss.
Stuff that
and
matters.
answer the questions. Yeah, answer the questions that matter, and speak to Sony if it requires beforehand, saying, "Look, we're going to answer questions that you would normally say we can't answer because otherwise you're going to have a dead game, mate, and it's going to be just as bad for you as it is for us." Like, and I don't want the game to die. I love it, man.
No, I
Still
don't want
play
the
it
game to
now
die
every
either.
day. It's just I can't play it. I can't even do an operation, and people can go, "Well, yeah, if you've got 2,200 hours, that's why." No, I've got 2,200 hours because the game's good, not because I'm burnt out. Because I'm not. Because as soon as that lava trailer dropped, like, how happy were we? Discord.
Straight back.
We was like, "Oh my god,
happy.
we're on it that night." And it was like incredible. And then after see the cracks now, it's a rehashed, reshaped mission. And then in my head, I was like, well, these planets are not going to be like, I said to you, didn't I, Pordo, them lava planets are exclusive to the bots.
They are.
Right? If
at
they
the
suddenly
moment,
just now, at the moment, because they will do, because of what they'll do, they'll realise it and then they'll see people mourning about it and go, oh my God, why didn't we think of that? If they just now add 3 more planets on the bug side, like a lava, you fighting the bugs on a lava planet is a totally different game.
Absolutely.
You fighting the squids on a lava planet is a totally different game. But what they'll do is they'll wait until people are mourning that much that the lava planets are boring, and then they'll do it. Because in my head, if you think about it, we fight on the same six planets doing the same 3 missions. You do the Eradicate mission, a Capture the Flag mission, and the Terminal missions, yeah? So they're 3 missions that you do on missions, and you do it on Hellmire, Lazif, that squid planet down the bottom that always gets attacked, and then there's like the odd planet that you might have been on for weeks. It's like the same 6 biomes: jungle raining, desert, snowy. That's it.
I like the snow ones.
The storm.
And don't get me wrong, they are, but after a bit, it's so tedious when it's like, oh my God, man, it's like, I get it, the biomes are probably harder to create, like, from even a coding point of view, but let's change it up a bit. Why don't, like, how is it when we're on a desert planet and the blizzard and the snowstorm, the sandstorm comes in? Why don't you have a planet where that is constantly active from the get-go? So you can only sprint at half speed, you can't really see properly. Then have a snow planet where the blizzard's constantly active. That freshens the biome up for me. That feels like a completely new map to me, instead of it just coming on like 15 minutes. Like, how many times have you been on a meteor storm planet now? I can't remember last time we had one.
Yeah,
that's a good point, actually. I can't think of the last.
Do you know what I mean?
Either.
Like, the meteor storm planets were great because you were just running and your mate would just go, and you get evaporated and you're like, oh, what? Get me? It was just incredible because it was like I've said it numerous times, to me, is a Michael Bay movie you get to play. It just is. Like, it's so, every time you drop in, it's always different. But there's only so much fun you can have before it gets tedious. Like you said, you're just doing the same thing over and over. And every game is like that. I get it. But at the same time, freshen it up a bit, man. Throw some spanners in there.
I will give them that the rapid acquisition missions that are brand new are very good.
Yeah,
I will give them that.
It's a totally different level of difficulty, and it's great.
That one, there's basically 2 maps that I found for those. And it's one where it goes down in the middle, like you start on the high ground around outside and you go down in the middle. That one's the easier of the 2. And that is still pretty interesting. But then the other one where you start high and then all of the depots are on the other 3 sides. That is well hard, and I've only ever actually
wild,
done that.
Innit?
I've only ever done that
wild,
once.
that one.
I've only ever done that wild once. One. It was crazy good. That is the kind of shit.
And you can see by our reaction when they cook, they can cook. You know what I mean? They have got good ideas, and they can.
They can cook. That's the thing.
It's like one time in out of 100, they get something where it's like, yeah, that was, they actually killed it. Like the dragon roach. When that popped up, they did a cracking job. And then you saw the cracks in it. Its fire didn't properly hit you. You know what I mean?
It still doesn't now.
You couldn't take it out by shooting its wings. Name one animal, because we're going on realism again here. I know we're going on topics, but you go on realism. Name one animal in any sort of life. If you clipped its wings, it'd still be able to fly. It wouldn't. It wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? But they're like, nah, realism. Nah, it's a dragon, mate. It's armor. know what I mean? There is kinks in everything they do, but they can still do top quality stuff when they put their minds to it.
They talk about realism, but you can launch these new platinum things that weigh like 1,000 kilograms, and they just launch them through the air like, say that, say that.
Yeah, super soldiers that can't swim. I get it, the arm's heavy, right? Yeah, but I'm going against a 700-ton charger that makes zero sound and's got a better curving turn than Paul Walker. You know what I mean? What are you on about realism for?
Jesus.
I've just gone against the McLaren F1 Charger here. Oh god!
That can turn on a dime as well.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I've been killed by silent chargers, when it happens like say it happens like 3 times in one game, it gets embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm on the fence here. I'm probably love the Chargers made like the silent because I laugh at them because of these big dopey things that when they sprint they don't stop. I think that's the thing that I hate the most. Is like, you know, and they hit you. They seem to have this animation where they don't stop, so they just drag you underneath them and then you die. Where I think as soon as you get hit off it, you should be ragdolled away from it to give you a chance. Yeah, give you a chance to counter it. Because once it's got you, there is no counterability. You're done. Yeah. That's it. You're getting dragged around and killed. I do like the Chargers though. Out of all the bugs, they're my favourite of the species. I really love them.
Yeah.
What do you hate most in the game, as in which enemy type?
Status effects.
Okay.
Hands down, yeah, status effects from the little shitty hunters with the tongues that constantly slow you down and you're dead. You can't counter it in any way. Flowers.
Okay, so
fucking exploding mushrooms that slow you down, and then you have to combat dive, and then you land in water, and that's you get up and combat dive, and then a fucking something else slicks you and slows you down even more. But I'm a super soldier who can carry a 20-ton RPG on my back, but I get fucking slowed down off a mushroom. Come on, man.
My 2 things I hate most in the game are the meatballs. I hate those. I absolutely hate those. And then I think the last one that I absolutely can't stand are the predator strain hunters that can pounce on you, which does a shitload of damage anyway, and then can be sick on top of you, on top of that, and instantly kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hunters are, out of all the bugs, they are the worst ones.
Specifically the pred strain hunters.
Yeah.
Specifically.
I know, I do like the stalkers as well, because I'm scared of them. Like, as soon as they show up, my entire mission is now, and that's and eliminate it at all costs, because they're going to bully me now for the next 25 minutes. I do like the stalkers, but like you said, the stalker versions of them are horrible, the hunters.
The pred strain version is awful.
Yeah.
I hate the pred strain. They've done a great idea with it, but that kind of leads me nicely on to the next thing I want to say, actually, which is shotgun devastators, man. Oh my, they're literally the most inconsistent thing in the game.
No idea that they're there.
Because they could shoot you.
Blasted, on fire, dead. Yeah.
They could shoot you from half the map away. One pellet hits you, most of your life goes.
Yeah.
And then other times it just pings off and does nothing to you. And then other times they just one-shot you, like dead.
I like to run light armor. And it's just a death sentence when...
without a shadow of a doubt. And it doesn't help with the shield, because the headshot or the damage part of the enemy is so small that while you're getting shot off a shotgun that staggers you and takes your health off, you've then got to, within a 0.2 second time frame, get an instant headshot to stop. Or you're dead, Or you have to constantly jump, stim, and then by the time you get up, they've shot you again. So you have to do it again. You've used 4 stims on one of them. Yeah, they need serious work. They do. Yeah, serious work.
They genuinely do. Absolutely, they do.
Yeah, I'm with you, Poddle. They're probably the worst enemy in the game by far.
They're
worse than their pre-nerf Leviathans weren't as bad as them boys.
No, they weren't. Yeah, no, I think the two worst are definitely the pred strain hunters, because they could do incredible damage in just one.
Yeah, and there's numbers of them as well.
Dead. And they have the numbers, and the shotgun devs. I still can't remember which one I hate most.
If I go to a predator strain, I have to bring the machine gun turret, because otherwise or the machine gun backpack. because otherwise it's just
stalwart.
brutal.
Yeah, I just use stalwart just to kill. I'll worry about the heavies because there's always tactics, but it's the light little units that get me. So that's why I stalwart, because I just need to get rid of them quick. I'll worry about the charger and the bio later on.
I'm normally the person that deals with the heavies.
Yeah, to be fair, you are recoilless man, aren't you?
Yeah, recoilless man.
Taking that heavy out, it's done, don't worry.
Yeah, done. Sorted.
Yeah.
I play with one of the guys, Cal, that he calls me his auto stratagem.
It's the stratagem that walks and follows me. Pod or kill that, yes sir.
Kill that, done. So yeah, I'm always the guy that takes the stuff to take out the heavies. So. Right. Well, is that everything we wanted to discuss in this episode anyway? I think it is.
Yeah, before it becomes us just basically.
Political.
Yeah. Because like you said, we love the game. If once this gets uploaded, the comment section can be full how it wants. No one can deny that we don't like the game and we enjoy the game. We've got the hours to prove it. We spoke about the topics we care about and how they can address them, even if it's more goes into it to fix it. Like you said, we're not developers. We don't think we know all the answers, but we know enough to improve the situation we're in. And all we're asking for is feedback to the player base to say they're working on what they're working on and wanting to improve the game. That's all.
And also every Tuesday, they know we're expecting something. It's not hard to pop on 8 a.m., Sweden time, so 7 a.m. UK time. Even then, just be like, nothing coming today, guys.
Nothing coming today.
Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sat in a stream at 10 o'clock and then nothing comes and everyone gets deflated. You can see it. You can see the deflation, can't you? It's horrible.
It's horrible, yeah.
People are just like, oh, man, bug fix or that sound issue I've been having for 6 weeks is still active in the game.
Just be honest. Just say,
that's all they have to say.
We are focusing on
Nothing
this.
coming today, guys,
Nothing's coming today. However, we're working on this. This is what we're working towards.
Yeah.
Or we fixed one thing, one little thing. It's a 25 kilobyte update that fixes this one little thing. There you go.
Yeah, happy days. Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers, thank you. We know now. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
And yet they refuse to do it. I would the only thing I would caveat and add to it is the other thing they need to do is take feedback from the players. Take it. Stop. Where's this ego coming from? Just get rid of that, man.
I know.
Get rid of that. Players are the thing that are going to keep your game going. Let's try and keep them happy because they're the ones ultimately. Because if everybody put the game down today, if everybody didn't stop playing, they'd be screwed.
And I just want to add one more thing as well that annoys me more than anything. Yeah, Arrowhead's obsession with Discord. I might be wrong here, but I'm going to say about 70% of their player base don't fucking use Discord. And they don't care about Discord. But 90% of all the polls they do, all the major information they need to know, goes through Discord. So put a poll on Twitter and put a poll on YouTube, or do you know what I mean? Like, use more. This obsession they have with Discord, like it's the holy grail of communication. That's probably why 90% of people are like, they don't communicate because they're too busy talking in Discord about the favourite furry picture or the favourite sandwich they eat on a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? Get out of Discord, man. Jesus Christ.
Just put something in the game chat. Just put have a specific section that posts messages daily from them. Just have a specific screen that goes, there's a new update, guys, and you just go in and you go, cool, they're working on this. Thanks.
You said it the other day, Pordo, about using the DSS as well for communication, and it was so smart to use that. Have like a section on it where it's like you can vote for other stuff within the DSS and have that as the communication. Yeah, because it is, innit? It's our big space station, so why not use it as our communication hub?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Bang on.
Yeah. Right, well, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Alright.
I've been Pardo, he's been Keej, he's been Loopy Lewis. We hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe next time you'll enjoy it.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Nice one, guys. We'll catch you soon. And until next time, Pardo out.